Hello everyone. I am Dr. R. Shushmita, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, G. Pullareddy Engineering College, Kurnool. Today we are going to discuss traffic studies. So, traffic studies are generally conducted to regulate the traffic, and the main aim is to reduce the number of accidents. So, in the last video, we discussed traffic volume studies and spot speed studies. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss speed and delay studies, parking studies, and accident studies. So, we discuss now speed and delay studies. So, the applications of travel time and delay studies are, we can evaluate the congestion, we can evaluate sufficiency ratings, congestion indices and quality indices. We can conduct before and after studies. So, we can assign traffic to different routes without causing any delay to the vehicles. Okay, so we can use these travel time and delay studies for economic studies also. So, coming to methods of measuring travel time and delay, we have 5 methods here: moving observer method, registration number method, elevated observer method, interview technique, and photographic technique. We discuss these methods briefly. Moving observer method. In this moving observer method, a test car is driven along the section. The details such as time, number of opposing vehicles, overtaking and overtaken vehicles are collected. 2 stopwatches are used. The first stopwatch was started at the beginning of test run and records the elapsed time at various control points along the route. The second stopwatch is used to measure the length of individual stop time delays. So, in this method, the time, location, and causes of delay can be recorded. Next, we have registration plate method. Here, 2 observers will be there. So, they will select some stretch of the road between 0.5 to 1 kilometer, and at one end, one observer will be standing, and at another end, one more observer will be standing. So, there will be 2 observers in this method. So, whenever vehicle crosses the first observer reference point, he will note down the registration number of the vehicle and the time at which the vehicle crossed the first reference point. Okay. So, at second location, at second reference point, one more observer will be there. So, whenever the vehicle crosses the second reference point, he will note down the registration number of the vehicle as well as the time at which the vehicle crossed the second reference point. Okay. So, here by matching the registration numbers later, the journey time and speed can be determined. So, if the traffic is too heavy for being recorded, so the method of sampling can be adopted here. So, 2 observers at each side of the location, they will be noting down the registration numbers as well as the time at which the vehicle crossed their locations. So, next we have elevated observer method. Here in this method, the observer will be standing at the top of an elevated building. He will select vehicles randomly and he will follow them. He will follow the vehicle during their course of time along the road. So, here in this method, the test run should be short. So, next we have interview technique. So, in this technique, the drivers will be asked some questions about their journey. So, their starting time at the origin and their expected time to reach the destination, and they will be interviewed to know about the causes of delay in that journey. Okay. So, next we have photographic technique. Here the images of vehicles will be taken at certain intervals on the road stretches. Here the objects are vehicles. So, the vehicles will be identified through images along their time. This is not accurate method because the vehicles may mismatch their positions. So, next we discuss briefly about parking studies. So, why we conduct parking studies? So, we can know supply and type of parking facilities, How and for what purpose parking facilities are used, the demand for parking space, characteristics of parking demand, location of parking generators, legal, financial and administrative factors associated with parking situation can be identified by conducting these parking studies. So there is some important terminology in the parking studies. So first we should know what is parking volume. So the number of vehicles parking in a particular area over a given period of time is called parking volume, which can be measured as vehicle per day. So next we have parking load. The area under parking accumulation curve during a specified time period is called parking load. Okay, so next we have parking duration. The length of the time spent by a vehicle in a parking space is called parking duration. Next, parking accumulation. The total number of vehicles parked in an area at specified moment is called parking accumulation. So here you can see in this graph the total number of vehicles parked in area at specified moment. You can observe that hatched portion, that is from 6 to 9, how many number of vehicles were parked. Okay, so this can be known. Next, parking index. Percentage of parking base actually occupied by parked vehicles as compared to theoretical number available is called parking index. Parking turnover. Rate of usage of available parking space is called parking turnover. Thus, for suppose if there were 100 parking spaces used by 1000 vehicles in a period, say 12 hours, then the parking turnover would be calculated as 1000 by 100 vehicles per space in a period of 12 hours, which is equal to 10 vehicles per space in a period of 12 hours. Okay, so we have two types of parking facilities. One is on street or curb parking, another one is off street parking. So in on street parking, in this type of parking, vehicles are parked along the curb which may be designed for parking. So we have here again parallel type of parking and angle type of parking. Again in angle type of parking, 45-degree angle type is the best type of the parking, because it accommodates more number of vehicles and parking is very easy in 45-degree angle parking. Next we have off-street parking. At locations where the parking demand is high and curb cannot be permitted in view of traffic congestion, so off-street parking facilities are provided at nearest locations depending on the availability of space for this purpose. So these are the two types of parking, on-street and off-street parking. Next we have accident studies. So why we conduct accident studies? What are the objectives of accident studies? So to study the causes of accidents and to suggest corrective treatment at potential locations, we need accident studies. So these accident studies will help us to evaluate existing design facilities, regulations and control measures. So to support proposed changes in the design, regulation and control measures in the selected zone, we need accident studies. So these accident studies will help us to carry out before and after studies after implementing changes and to demonstrate the improvement in the accident problem. So in order to make computations of financial loss due to accidents and to provide economic justification for the improvement measures suggested by traffic engineer, we need to conduct traffic accident studies. So what are the basic causes of these accidents? So there are 5 main causes of the accidents. One is road user, another one is vehicle, then road and its condition, traffic, and environmental factors such as weather and visibility. So how they are causing accidents. Those 5 elements, how they are causing accidents, we need to know. So coming to the first element, we can see driver. So if excessive speed, the driver is moving with excessive speed, rash driving, carelessness, violation of rules and regulations, failure to see or understand the situation, sign or signal, temporary effects due to fatigue, sleep, or effect of consuming alcohol. So all these are the factors that the driver may cause accident. Next element is pedestrian. So whenever a pedestrian is violating regulations and carelessness while using the carriageway which is meant for the vehicular traffic, then there will be a chance of accident. Next, passengers. So whenever passengers are alighting from or getting into a moving vehicle, there will be a chance of accident. Next, vehicle defect. If the vehicle which is involved in accident is failed due to brakes, steering system or lighting system, and tire burst and any other type of the defect in the vehicle which causes accident. Next, if the road condition is not good, this is slippery or a skidding road surface is there, and there are number of potholes, ruts and other damaged condition of the road surface, and there are temporary obstructions to line of sight, that is the sight distance is not clearly visible. So if the road condition is not good, then there will be cause of accident. So next, road design. So if the geometric design which we designed is inadequate side distance at horizontal and vertical curves, improper curve design, inadequate width of shoulders, improper lighting and improper traffic control devices, so all these causes accidents. Next, we have traffic condition. So other vehicles of the traffic stream, such as the vehicle moving ahead, getting involved in accident, the presence of disabled vehicle on the road, this causes accident. So next, if weather condition is unfavorable, like there is mist, fog, snow, dust, smoke or heavy rain which restrict normal visibility, which leads to unsafe condition for the driver, and there will be a chance of accident. Next, if animals are staying on the road in the night time, so if there is no visibility, if there is poor lighting, so we cannot see those vehicles and there will be a chance of accident. So other causes may be incorrect position of signs, signals and bad location of advertisement boards or service stations, etc. will cause accidents. So all these are the different causes of accidents which are occurring on the road. Thank you.